He's just so happy, just loving and go lucky and everything. Just a special little boy. Morgan was diagnosed with medulloblastoma, which is cancer just above the brain stem. He was admitted to Prince Charles Hospital on 27th of December after 4 to 6 weeks of vomiting, headaches, and then about an hour, maybe 2 hours later, doctor comes in and says to us, really sorry, nurse, can you take Morgan out of the room? But we found a brain tumour. And it's just your world comes crashing down. And I couldn't believe it. Got to go emergency ambulance straight away down to Cardiff. I just couldn't believe it. If Latch hadn't been here, I think we would have really, really struggled. To get down to the hospital, it could take us anything from a half hour to an hour, all depending on the traffic, and it's about 22 and a half to 23 miles. Latch gives me about 25 pence a mile, so with 22 and a half to 23 miles, it all adds up and everything.
When we first met Morgan, he was very poorly. He'd had surgery to remove a brain tumour. It became apparent quite early on that Morgan didn't have any swallow function at that stage, and he didn't have any speech at all. He needed intensive rehabilitation, really. So in order to provide that, we approached Latch, and they were able to provide us with some funding for us to be able to see Morgan twice a week. At the moment, the service that we're providing for Morgan costs £800 a month. And without Latch's funding, he wouldn't have been able to access this. We currently don't have a speech and language therapy service for long-term cancer patients at the Children's Hospital here in Cardiff.
Obviously, all the other parents that are here are in the same situation as yourselves. You all talk about your children's diagnosis between yourselves and everything, and perhaps, you know what I mean, you commiserate and you try and cheer people up. Financially, Latch has helped me a great deal with subsistence allowance, and also with providing my son with a social worker, and the social workers managed to get things for him. He needed an iPad that could have a vocalization thing on it so that he could tell us what he was feeling and thinking and what he wanted.
I'm here to prepare the children for operations and procedures, to distract them during those procedures and to look after their development all round as a whole. Play is really important when children are in hospital. It also aids their recovery, make sure they're not regressing too much and they can have fun. Although we're funded by the NHS, the play specialist team, we don't actually have a play fund. We're really, really lucky and really grateful for Latch, because if it wasn't for them, we wouldn't have any money to pay for the simple things like crayons, paper, paints.
He's such a determined little boy and just wants it all. How to describe what Morgan means to me? Morgan means the world, and I can't really say any more than that.